another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
And hello, 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 hello. I know. I know. Yes, honey. Yes. We do it because every time I've tried not to do it, honey, you guys get on me. But you didn't do your opening. You know, I live for this opening. Some of you are saying is, okay, girl, you too much on their opening. But whatever the case may be, honey, it is what we do, honey. So hello to all of my tea sippers. My crumpet dunkers, honey, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers, honey. What is going on in your worlds today, honey? It's another glorious day, my darlings. And I know you got all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea. And you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats. What's going on? Hey, listen. We're coming on a little bit earlier than what we usually do because tonight, my darlings, tonight is the premiere of Pose, okay? And we're going into the final season of Pose, and that comes on at 10 o'clock tonight on FX, and that's 10 o'clock Eastern time. So we came in an hour early so that we could be done by 10 o'clock. And honey, wherever we are in the conversation, honey, at 9:55, I'm shutting this girl down because I got to get over here and get ready to get into Miss Pose, honey. What's up? We have, okay, people, that's it. Okay, what we have over here. Hey, Theo, what's going on? What's happening? Okay. The princess is in the house over there, Miss Leia. Okay, hey, okay. I love it. Now listen, today y'all know what it is, honey. It is what I said. What the fuck I said, honey. So you know what? To get it started, let me do it like this.
Look, I got a bone in my bag. Guessing you don't like that. Used to be a didn't push back. Now I got a song written for that ass, yeah. It can't be too sure about me anymore. I don't beat round the bush coming at your door. Fuck being passive, now I'm a bit more aggressive. Can't be mad at that, it's for my protection, yeah. I ain't fucking round. If I said it, then I mean it. I won't fucking back down. I'm a man, I got principles above your fucking head. You ain't walking over me, pay me my fucking respect. Yeah, I said what I said. 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 Yeah. Come on, talk to him. I don't want cuss, but I'm mad. The disrespect is so fast. Nice niggas finish last. I guess I gotta be an ass. Or do you wanna keep it clean? Treat me like a human being. Cause typically I'm for the team. Ain't the type to the mean. Yeah, I see it from your perspective. I try to understand it. You ain't on my level, dude. You so disrespectful. Treat me like I'm low. So, Oh, I ain't fucking round. If I said it, then I mean it. I won't fucking back down. I got principles above your fucking head. You ain't walking over me. Pay me my fucking respect. Yeah, I said what I said. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Said what I said. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. We are back, my darlings. We are back. Y'all know what it is. I said what I said Sundays, honey. And that way I'm giving everybody, you guys will have, if anybody have anything you want to talk about today, I will let you come on up in here. You got 5 minutes here. 5 whole minutes, okay? To talk about anything or whatever. Okay, but the thing of it is, if you come up in here and come out of a bag, goddamn it. If you come out of a bag, baby, we're gonna come out of a bigger bag on you. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna deal with foolishness and carrying on and all this old calamity, honey. And also, I do not need for y'all to be in your feelings, because if you come in and got something to say and somebody challenges your idea, be willing to know how to have a discussion so that we can have a dialogue. But I don't need you getting in your feelings and trying to be all defensive and shit, because that means that you coming up in here starting shit. Okay?
Well, can I come on at 9:45
and
9:50?
Carrying on.
You said 5 minutes and be professional.
So be that as it may. So you see the thing along the screen, honey, that there is the StreamYard link for you to click on if you want to come into the room. I need to put it over here in the on the Facebook link. Okay. So that there is that. So let's do this, children. Let's do this. One of the things I do want to get into today, in the spirit of Pose coming back on, and then a week from today is Mother's Day. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about mothers. Okay, what does it mean to be a mother? Okay, what is it? What is all of that? What does all of that entail? Is it because you birthed children, or is it because you raised children, honey? Is it because you were nurturing and things? What is that? You know, because we have a lot of things that's going on in this world where folks who can't have kids are jealous at those who can, especially those who end up harming kids and claiming they don't want kids to carry on. It still pisses me off. I can't find that clip with the young lady who has 5 or 6 kids or whatever, and she had called DFACS or whatever she did to get rid of her kids, and they came and got them. And she's sitting up there smoking blunts and carrying on. Oh, yeah, they came and got these motherfucking kids, child. I didn't want them damn things. And she went on that particular rant and then got to telling everybody, honey, if you don't want to, I'll tell you what to do. I'll show you what to do. Let me call you, girl. Yeah, you trying to get rid of them motherfuckers? You know, and she was on that particular kick. And it's disheartening when you hear mothers do that, especially now. Could you imagine what those kids are going to do when they get older? And this here, I'm sure somebody got it on tape somewhere, you know, and they showed her children that particular clip, you know, and what kind of mental issues and things that these kids would possibly have. You know what I'm saying? Some of them may not care, you know, and hold on to anger. Some may just say, you know, well, fuck it, it is what it is. Some may have a more Christian approach or a spiritual approach and be like, you know what? She was the vessel used for me to get here. Now she done her part, and okay, so you know, be that as it may. Okay, now that there is the more mature approach to it and carrying on. I know that was the revelation I had when I came to with my father. But without him, there is no me. You know what I'm saying? So having said all of that and this, that, and the other, what is it that you feel about mothers? You know, how is it that you see the world today when we're dealing with mothers and the role of mothers? And then what about those who become mothers? Okay, because you have biological mothers who birth children into the world. You have surrogate mothers who help somebody else become a mother. Okay, you have foster mothers, okay, who set up there and took kids in temporarily. Then you have adoptive mothers who took kids in permanently because their parents were unable to care for them or whatever. And then you have the pseudo mothers like myself and carrying on, you know, to where I'm a mother of a house, you know, and I have children to carry on. You know, we in the alphabet community, honey, we have long since been having the whole identity of mother thrashed upon us, especially when it comes to other alphabet children, because of some of the stuff that the kids have been going through, you know, and this, that, and the other, and some of the horrific tales that some of the alphabet children have gone through, and you know, it comes into play. Now, I'm gonna play this clip. I may end up having to play it again because my co-hosts are not in here with me yet, so I may end up playing this again. But let me play this for y'all. Give y'all a little taste. Wait a minute. Hold on. I need to change my banner for a second, but.
From the House of Extravaganza for Mother of the Year, keeping her children intact. Can we have Angie Extravaganza? Work class girl, walk that runway.
My birthday will come and I always get a birthday gift from Angie. Or get one from my real mother. Like when I got thrown out of my house, Angie let me stay with her until I got myself together and I got working. And she always fed me. She can be a pain in the ass at times, but I wouldn't trade her in for any other mother.
You know, you have to have something to offer in order to lead. The mother usually becomes the mother because she's usually the best one out of the group.
I'm Willie Ninja, the mother of the House of Ninja.
Give him what he wants.
I'm the mother of the House of Ninja because they say I'm the best voter out. To be the mother of the house, you have to have the most power. Take a real family. It's the mother that's the hardest worker, and the mother gets the most respect. As far as my naming my house, the House of Ninja, ninjas hit hard, they hit fast, an invisible assassin, and that's what we are. We come out to assassinate.
The House of LaBeija is the legendary house above all of them. I have the most members, I'm the most popular. New York City is wrapped up in being LaBeija. So it speaks for itself. And I am the fiercest mother out of all of them.
Okay, and we are back. The rest of that was just the little YouTube blurbs to go see other clips from. Y'all know that from Paris is Burning. If you don't know, I encourage you to go and see that particular clip. If you're watching this and you don't see the clip, it's because I had to cut it out because either I done got dinged or whatever from YouTube or Facebook or whatever, because they're trying to say it's a copyright infringement. And what we're doing is showing you a clip so that we can highlight what the show is about today. And that there's about being a mother. Now, as I said, what does it mean to be a mother, honey? How many of you are in that particular space to where you're understanding motherhood? Okay, for those of you who are new moms, you just had babies and carried on, and you're doing your thing, and all of that. Let me give a shout out to my niece-in-law. I'm gonna call her that, even though they're not married. Okay, my nephew just had his christening today. So my grandnephew, that is. This is my nephew's son. So my grandnephew is being christened today, and all of that. So it is absolutely wonderful. But when we look at motherhood and being a mother, you know, what does all that entail? What do you believe that it entails? Because, you know, we come from a long line of traditions. You know, everybody believes that the mother is the one who rears the kids, and she nurtures them, she cooks, she cleans the house and carrying on. You know, the wifely duties plus being able to bear children, and being able to nurture children, and being able to do this, that, and the other, all of those kinds of things. And when I say, let me be more specific, because see, this is where we get tongue tied and caught up. When we say all of those things, a mother is just basically everything, honey. She's a teacher, she's a doctor, she's a lawyer, she's the arbitrator, okay. She's the bus driver. She is the Uber driver, or the pickup ride. She is the seamstress. She is the chef. She is the house cleaner, honey. Call her Miss Hazel or whatever. The mother is the one that absolutely runs the household, okay? It is one of the most thankless jobs in America, okay, or in the world, period, because mothers do not get the respect that they are due, the financial help that they need. And then also because of what tradition has given us, tradition well, this is worldwide, but particularly in this country, because I don't know the other customs, but in our country, women are supposed to be in that particular space, that it is a woman's job to do this. And then a lot of times folks think that women are supposed to know motherhood through osmosis just because they get pregnant and able to push the baby out, honey. They're supposed to know what motherdom is through, automatically and carrying on. And yet, they don't look into the wisdom of Big Mama and carrying on, and understanding that times have changed, that this is what you do for diapers, this is what you do for formulas, this is what you do to raise the kids. And then you come up with all these different ways that you raise the child, because if you don't raise them the way you would raise, something is wrong with you, and carrying on, because it was good for you, how come it ain't good for me? It's always something with that. But then when we go outside of the traditional realms of motherhood, okay, because what happens when you have the foster mother or the adoptive mother or the auntie who becomes the mother, okay, or the grandmother who is now the grandmother and the mama, because now she's in the role of raising you, and she's not. And see, I think that's a disservice to grandmothers, because anytime you dump your kids on the grandparents, she's already raised her kids. She doesn't get the joy of being able to say, oh, these are my grandbabies, and love them in the way of, oh my God, this is my legacy. This here, my baby got babies, and my name is gonna live on, and I get to see what the world is going to be like for them, because all of my struggles and I'm getting emotional because I'm thinking about my nieces, my grandnieces and nephews, but I'm thinking about them because it's like all the struggles and the fight that we did to make this world a better place. We got babies and stuff, and so now it becomes, how do we make this better for them? If you rob your grandparents of that because you decide to check out and don't want to parent anymore or whatever, see, you rob them of being able to do that, because now they have to reassume the parenting role again. So grandmama done became big mama, is now mama all over again, okay, and carrying on. And now she got to be the disciplinarian, and she got to this, and she got to that, having to run around kids all over again, and she's not able to do that, in the same capacity that she did when she was a young woman. You understand? So what do we look at that for that? Then, of course, like I said, as far as alphabet children are concerned, here I am. I am a male, and yet I claimed my motherhood, honey. Yes, I am a mother. Okay, I am a mother. Okay, with all of my alphabet children to carry, and I am even with some of the heteroattractional girls, and some of my biological women and biological guys. Because I got a couple of straight boys that I call my sons. Okay, who call me mama affectionately, those who, because I got a set that call me dad too, so I'm both mama and daddy. So, but I'm talking about mothers right now. So I have my sons that call me mama, and that will sit down and look at me from that way, and they're heterosexual. Okay, so in that, is it wrong? And how is it that society? Why is it that society won't embrace that? If someone is taking up the helm of the responsibility of raising someone, why can't it be looked upon as a spectacular deed? Why is it comes up under a lot of scrutiny? Let me go to the comments, because y'all coming up in here now. Okay. I say okay, honey. Then we got what, Miss Amy. Hey, Amy, what's going on, love? So yeah, what you say, in my opinion, women are the most special people on this planet. Without them, none of us would be here. Not all women can raise children. Obviously, some shit. You know what? I wish there was a button on certain women. I really wish there was. That when and I wish God would just do that to them. You know, they coming into this world and they're not going to be parents. You know, but sometimes they are the vessels needed in order for the child to get here to do great things and all of those kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? But we have a lot of women out here, honey, who just check the fuck out. Okay, they don't know. And I'm talking beyond postpartum. I'm not talking about the postpartum depression thing, because I just heard something that was just so heinous. There was a 23-year-old girl just recently. Research department, if y'all can find this for me. There was a 23-year-old within the last couple of weeks or so. She just spazzed out and she killed her baby. She stabbed the baby. She stabbed him and said he deserved to die and this, that, and the other. And they had arrested her. But when you listen to it, you can tell that it was postpartum depression. And she said the baby wouldn't stop crying. And so she flipped and killed it. Stabbed her. I think they said she stabbed the baby like 9 times or something, whatever she did. And at first I got immediately upset when I first heard it. But then as I was getting into the story, I said, oh, this poor baby. That was postpartum depression, and no one was there to help her, guide her, instruct her how to take the baby from her, because see, that's another thing. Being a mother means that you have a support system to where you need a break, somebody's there to step in for you, so you're going to have a woosah moment, collect yourself, and come back into the equation, because everybody needs that. Listen, when you're on your job, they give you what? They give you a lunch and 2 15-minute breaks, don't they? Or they either give you an hour-long lunch. For those of y'all who, when you work in corporate America, you have an hour for a break. Now, sometimes they give you all at one time to where it's an hour lunch period, or they give you a 30-minute lunch and then 2 15-minute breaks. And why? So that you can walk away from the computer screen, go get collected and carried on and get refreshed, so that you could take a beat, and regroup and then come on back. Okay. So if they do that on the job, what the hell do you think a parent needs to see with these kids 24/7? If we haven't learned anything, look at what the pandemic has given us. Okay. That's why I tell y'all, for those of y'all who got little hellion children and y'all had to be at home with their little badasses and you had to be the teacher and sit down with them and make sure they get the lesson and carry on, and you get to see just how unattentive they are in the school. This is what happens. Now, these are your kids. Now, you can't sit down there and say, oh, I'm gonna beat the teacher's ass because you the teacher. Huh. Okay. So in understanding that, how is it that we move forward from that? Here, baby, take this and turn that down for me. I'm here. Oh, you got it. I'm hearing all that. The TV is on. It got the little gunshots if y'all hear that in the background. So how is it that we're able to move and maneuver through a lot of this, in parenthood and in motherhood? Okay, what does it mean to be a mother to you? What does that mean? Okay, because I take my motherhood very seriously. I take it very, 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 very seriously. In fact, sometimes too serious. Okay, sometimes too serious. Okay. Yeah, sometimes too serious. And my kids, they get on me from time to time. My best friend get on me too. He's like, okay, bitch, you my sister. You ain't. And now, see, my best friend was different because there was one point where I was mom. He used to call me Ma and carried on because he was going through a rebirth and a renaissance of reclaiming his identity. So in that beginning, it became, he needed a little guidance and direction and carrying on and things of that nature. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, Ruby just turned 18 months. I guess I'm still a new mom. Yes, you are still a new mom, honey. Listen, that you stop saying new mama, honey, when they become 3 and they start talking. When they start talking, you ain't no new mama no more. We get to okay. When they start talking back, you ain't new no more, baby. Now you just got a toddler, okay, and carrying on. And this, that, and now you may hear us say, when you talk about the kids, oh, you got babies, because they still in single digits. anytime that's the whole thing. But no, you still a new mama until they become about 3 years old, and they done got through that terrible 2 stage, and start to talk back and just, oh yeah, baby, come on. Because then you get to see their personality. You get to see exactly who they are, who they're becoming. You get to see how they shape. The sciences and stuff, they say that a baby's personality and stuff is developed within the first 5 years. After they turn 5 years old, honey, once they turn 6 and beyond, they are who they are. Okay, according to the sciences, and whatever that research is. Okay, however, you get to know who they are, and then all of their personality traits and carried on are going to, and then you get to see how you contribute, what they took out, versus the parents. You know what part is you, and you know what part ain't you, and things of that nature. So yeah, honey, yes. The supreme sunflower. What is this? The mother is the one who brings everything and everyone together at all expense. This is just one thing. There are many mother things that makes a mother or describes a mother. Okay, well then give it to us, supreme. Break it on down then. You said that's just one thing. So you said the mother is the person who brings everybody together at any expense. Okay, but what does it make a mother? Does it make it a bad mother? If she sets boundaries and carry on, because there are some mothers who be like, I know Essie Lorraine told us, child, okay, listen, I got your back as long as you're right. Okay, but I'm not going to support any wrongdoings. If you go to jail, you better not call me unless it was some wrongdoing, because you better not be the one sitting up here creating the calamity, because I'm not coming. And she flat out told us that. Okay, that she flat out told us that. I'm not coming to get nobody out of jail unless she was wrong. And trust me, I learned that the hard way, because I went to jail on my mother's 30th birthday, May 22nd, 1980, for stealing $2.09 worth of candy. I told y'all that story before. Fuck you, girl.
No, I've been to church. Amen.
Uh-huh. So be that as it may, But yes, honey. So let's see. What we got? Oh, okay. We got Gia Sage Smith Thomas. Okay. Everyone can't be a mother. There's a special call to be a mother. The heartaches of a mother, tears of a mother. We can't choose our mother. They are a blessing and a gift from God. Cherish your mother. One day she will take her last breath. Love on your mother. Now that there is gospel right there. We can't fuck with that one. Okay. We cannot fuck with that one at all. Okay, at all. Okay, y'all know I talk feminism some. Women can't choose to not have children until they are over the age of 35, or they have had 2 children already. That's a literal law. You know what? And you're absolutely right, which is fucking archaic and barbaric. Okay, because I know my mother told me that right after she had my sisters, and my sisters are twins. When she had my sisters, my mother she was done. Okay. She said, okay, I've had all my kids that I'm going to have. And she wanted her tubes, clipped, burned, and tied. Okay. And this is 1977. So she said the doctors told her that she had to get her husband's permission, because he may want to have some more kids. She said he got 2 boys and 2 girls. Ain't nothing else he can have. He got 2 of both. Okay, I'm done. And it's my body. You're not going to tell me I got to get his permission to do with my body. Burn, clip, and tie these things off, because I'm done. Okay. And so that there is something that women have been dealing with for years, as far as having somebody else tell them what to do with their bodies. And then let's go here, because maybe this is a bigger point to talk about, because when we, and of course this is going to go into abortion laws and carry it on. And I'm very pro-choice. Okay, I'm a pro-choice person. When it comes down to, I believe that right belongs to the woman, and can't nobody tell her about her body. What I do wish is that there was a conversation had, because in my personal life, if this had happened to me personally, a woman can't come to me and tell me she's going to get rid of my baby. She can't come to me and say that and then think that I'm supposed to sit down there and be hunky-dory about it. No. Give me mine. But I can't stop her from not doing it because I don't know what the hell is going to happen when she's not in my presence. All I can say is this: thank God that I'm gay. Because if anyone had come to me and said that they had got rid of my child, that's it. I won't hit. I wouldn't. Well, I can't even say that. I'm not gonna be that presumptuous to say I won't whoop her ass, because that there, I don't know what I would do in that heat of the moment, because I don't know if I knock the shit out of her or what. Because that's just me, and that's just me being real. Okay. At the same time, she would be dead to me from that point on. There would be nothing she could do, say, or anything to come to me to say, okay, no, there would be nothing that can be done, especially if she does it and this wasn't a conversation and we both wasn't ready to have this child. You know what I'm saying? But it's her right and it's her body, and I celebrate that. But going back to understanding motherhood and understanding what this means and what does mother mean to you, and understanding that, why do we punish women who realize that they can't or aren't ready to take on that responsibility? See, we get mad at the abortion doctors and carrying on, but that's between her and the God of her understanding, right? So why are we busy punishing her? That's her private hell that she got to deal with for the rest of her life. Because I remember I have friends now who mourn the death of their child, and child on a day, honey, it may come out the blue, like, damn, today my baby could have been. It's another year. Oh my God, my baby could have been X, Y, and Z. And they have to deal with that until they make peace with it, until they leave this side of the planet. You understand? So when we're talking about motherhood, is it okay to punish those who? I mean, because what's the alternative? Let's look at the alternative. They like I was talking about before, the girl who sat down there and called, she did whatever she did to have them come out and take her kids from her. And then she celebrated, ooh, I got rid of them motherfuckers. And then she said, what y'all mad at me for? Y'all mad because those are my damn kids. I didn't want the motherfuckers, so I got rid of them. Don't be mad at me because those were mine. I can do what the fuck I want to do with them. And that was her attitude. And the moral police in us wanted to just jump through the screen and whoop her ass. Be like, bitch, do you realize that you just, the mental breakup and all of that you just did to these children? What gives you the right to abuse someone like that? Okay. However, at the same time, that's one spectrum. What about those who abuse their kids? Because we got a lot of folks who can't cut it and end up, why you think we got so many harsh child laws now? Okay, to where you can't discipline your children nowadays because everything now is considered to be child abuse. And the kids know that now, so they punk you to dare you to hit them so they can call the cops on you. Ain't that nothing? Now, I come from an area, honey, to where shit, that was a dare. Okay, my mother would pick up the phone, honey. Oh, you want to call? Here. If you call them, you better tell them to come get you. Because I'm going to be whooping your ass while we on the phone, and I'm going to be whooping your ass when they get here. How about that? Okay? So that there is that. So when we talk about what does mother mean to you, let's go into that. Let's go into that. Dan Meets very well said. Thank you. Okay. Research department. I went to Google about the mom who stabbed her kid, but there were so many stories about different mothers killing their kids that I'm now saying, oh, baby. Okay. And then now this was this year. So, oh, yeah, never mind. Because just like you said, it's so many of them. It's just so many. And it's heartbreaking. Hey, Meech. Hey, Ro. What's going on? Okay, to me, a mother has a responsibility to instill in her children the capacity to love and understand the world around them. A mother loves unconditionally and provides a safe space for her children and for her children wherever she is. Being a mother is the greatest responsibility to, I got tongue-tied. Being a mother is the greatest responsibility to society itself as we raise the next generation to inherit the world. Oh, I like that. Okay. There shouldn't be abortion laws anyway because we deserve bodily autonomy, and women don't lightly decide to terminate a pregnancy, and especially in the late stage, it's not always about not wanting a child. It's more often about health and safety. That there is true. That is so true. That there and listen. This is why a lot of the people who are against a lot of the abortion laws are carried on. Their argument or their frustration goes out to people who are reckless, those who use abortion as birth control. Okay, because you hot in the ass and don't protect yourself and do what you're supposed to do. So the only thing you know how to do is to go abort the pregnancy, because you think that because you're not ready to have a baby, but you want to be a hoe. See, that's who I believe everybody's upset about or go after or who they're targeting when they, when we have such staunch laws about this. Because here's the other thing, and y'all heard me say this before. We have all these babies and those mothers who chose to have the child and still end up giving it up because they didn't know what to do. They didn't have it. Okay. They didn't have it in them or didn't have the resources to care for the child, or were too embarrassed to take a child home because of the fear of what it will cause at home. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about that, I think that's who a lot of the pro-lifers are after, but we don't take into consideration that the people in the adoption agencies and in the orphanages. Because I always tell the pro-lifers, honey, if you so fucking pro-life, why are these babies still in the orphanages and don't have a home or don't have new parents? Since you say keep the baby. Since you say keep the baby and, this is God's creature, why aren't you there in the interim to make sure that these kids are given loving homes and carrying on? You so busy trying to burn down the fucking abortion clinic and et cetera, to where you're not taking care of the problem. You're not doing what you need to do, to make life better outside of giving hell to the woman or the clinic or whatever to say this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to them, we look at these from all these particular perspectives. What does mother mean to you? Okay. Crime rates decline after the Roe v. Wade case because children that were born were wanted and therefore raised with love. Hello? Come on now. Would you come on and say that? Would you come on and say that? It all comes back to the Tears for Fears song. Everybody wants to rule the world. That's still the damn tune. That is still the tune, Theo. That there is still the tune. Okay. So it is really, really something. So I go there because when we talk about motherhood and carrying on, what does that mean? And I got Jerry get the wings. I'm waiting for her to come back on the screen so I can bring him in. Okay. Free fucking birth control would just stop abortions altogether. Well, how about that? I agree with that wholeheartedly. See, you know what? And let's do this because not just free, but free and responsible birth control. Because remember when they were trying to do their Norplant thing, and they wanted to put the Norplant in women and carrying on. It's supposed to be like, what was it, a 5 or 10 year contraceptive or whatever the damn thing was. I did not agree with that because I felt as though the people that they were targeting the inner cities and carrying on. They were going after so-called poor people and those who were having babies just to get a fatter check and bigger and larger food stamps. Okay. And it just became one of those particular issues. But I really believe, listen, here's another bigger topic that's coming out of this, and that's sex education. Okay. Sex education. Okay. If we learn how to have the conversation about sex properly, okay, with no holds barred, without sitting up there thinking that your kids are going to go out fucking because you told them to. Listen, sweetie, they're going to do it one day. You did. Okay, think about that for just a second. Okay, I want you to think about that for just one particular second, 1 iota of a second. Okay, 1 iota of a second. Because before parents were talking about it, okay, girls were still coming up pregnant, right? Hell, my running joke with my mom was that I'm her bastard child because my parents weren't married when they had me. I remember saying, I was like, oh, I'm a bastard. Okay. And my mother just fell out laughing, honey. But at the time, my parents were 16 and 19 when they were pregnant with me. Okay. My dad was 16, going on 17 when I was born. My mom was 19, going on 20. Okay. So, interesting. Okay. Very interesting. And at that time, when my mother she's a 50s baby. So, women wore slips that, my mother had a girdle. I think she said she started wearing a girdle when she was 12 years old, and things of that nature because of what it was, She had too much wiggle in her walk. She said, my great-grandmother told my grandmother, honey, she said, you're going to put a girdle on that girl. She said, you can't stop it, but you can show control it. I said, ooh, I wish I had been a fly on the wall to have heard that come from my great-grandmother's mouth. Okay. Because I know, I told you I knew my great-grandmother, honey. She was alive for a long time. And so I knew who she was, and I've had conversations with her. But, I was a great-grandbaby, so I wasn't necessarily close with her, And, but we did have conversations and carried on, and I could just imagine what it was to when my great-grandmother telling her daughter about her granddaughter, honey. You're going to put a girdle on that one right there. But mama, no, you may not be able to stop it, honey, but you sure can control that wiggle. Okay. And y'all know I walk like my mama, honey. So anybody who see me walk, y'all see how these hips pop. Come on up in here. Don't be shaking your head, sis. Don't be.
Say, look, I get it honestly, honey. This is not watered down. It's 100%, honey. Sorry.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about, honey. No, baby.
So I'm not ashamed to say what I got from my mother, honey.
I ain't ashamed at all, baby. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, not at all. Wait a minute. What we got? Okay, Miss Nikki down here, she gonna be in the comments, y'all. Okay, honey, she done had a rough weekend. So I just said, girl, just come in the comments, baby. And she gonna get the comments from there, okay? She said, I agree, Amy. Okay. It made everyone fat as hell. Okay, what, that damn Nor plant? Yes, it did, okay? Okay, because it was a fucking, it was a hormone. So, you sit up there trying to do a beta blocker and a hormone blocker, but that shit was what steroid or hormone or whatever it was, and it just made girls eat. Yeah, so shit, if you wasn't pregnant, you looked like it.
Yes, Lord, they was eating. They wasn't giving good head, but they was eating, honey.
Okay. Motherhood is a touchy subject for me, I guess. It's such a complex discussion because I had a broken home growing up. You know what? But and you're the perfect one to talk about it. You're the perfect one, Amy, to go into it. Because now let's talk about that because again, that's why the question is, what is motherhood to you? We are coming up on Mother's Day next Sunday. Okay. And Mother's Day is probably the biggest holiday besides Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I don't care what y'all do, all the restaurants, and we in COVID, honey, all the restaurants, all the stores, everything about trying to get something from mama is going to be there, honey. Listen, so much so to where the dope boys end up pinning the money on mama. After one day, mama get all the damn money. picked on her and shit. Okay, if and outside of her birthday, of course. But Mother's Day, that's when everybody go blanket their mama with everything. We don't do the same with fathers, but I talk about that on fathers.
Girl, Father's Day is like the worst. I told somebody they need to just take it the fuck off the calendar. I'm sorry. They need to just take it the fuck off the calendar, girl. Because it's like if you compare the money spent on Mother's Day compared to the money spent on Father's Day, it's like,
child, please. Okay.
How many damn ties can you buy your damn father?
Oh, ties and tools.
And that damn Old Spice cologne. I know that's what I always buy my father.
What's your Old Spice? Wait, or Brute 33, honey.
The gift set, yes.
Come on, Buck.
Well, you know, back then I used to buy my mom. I used to buy my mom Jean Naté.
Okay, but that was cute.
Yeah. Had the little powder in it, and
the body splash, and
right.
Don't forget put on Father's Day.
But check this out. Before body sprays was fashionable,
right? And that's why they sold, because you was able to spray it, because everything, you know, and that's why it was cute, because it was something new and innovative at the time. Okay, Buck, what you got? Well, don't forget what?
So don't forget them that Brute by Menon and socks. Always got to get the dad the socks.
Oh, child.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. You know, y'all may remember this commercial, but y'all, you couldn't tell me that I didn't know karate when I put hot karate on my damn
karate. Shut up!
Because I done fucked my hands up so many times trying to hit a damn board. I'm like, that's a commercial, honey. It's a commercial.
By Menon.
Wait, right. You did not do. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find the hot karate. Oh, child.
Don't even get started on the old commercials now.
Ooh, Miss Ma'am, you did not take me there to Miss Hot Karate.
And then during the time David Carradine was on with that popular show, so that really made me think I knew karate did.
Hello.
Greetings, grasshopper.
Child, right. Listen, don't you start no calamity up in here.
The wind.
Okay.
Oh, the willow.
Okay. So let me go here, because Nikki said, "Well, real sex education, not that watered down shit." Of course, darling. Of course, because see, you know what? Here's what I think is absolutely ridiculous. We live in the world to where you want to say sex sales, and you have made sex just a marketing entity. But yet at the same time, because we are so-called in a Christian country, you want to sit down there and sell abstinence and be an abstinence only or abstinence. That is the most ridiculous thing, because now you're sitting up here trying to get everybody to balance their hormones or whatever, and it doesn't make sense. It makes no fucking sense, and the information is all fucked up. Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
A lot of people try, you know, especially with some parents, they just try to teach their kids, but they try to make sex sound so damn nasty and dirty.
You know what? And listen, they make it sound that way, and then of course when you have extracurriculars, okay, when you talk about homo attractionality and carrying on, and then that just adds into the pot of nasty and dirty and disgusting. When we don't talk about, I always go to Good Times when Florida and Walona were arguing over Penny. Okay, and she was talking about the girl getting pregnant and carrying on and blah blah blah. And Walona and Florida fell out because she was about to tell her about the birds and the bees, and Walona wasn't ready to do it, and then Penny got accosted in the thing.
Yeah.
And it was something that Florida, she said, Walona, you have to tell her how beautiful it is, so that she don't learn it on the street and learn it this old nasty cheap way. You know, I want y'all to think about that. Think about this, and this may be even a huger conversation, and it's gonna probably piss some of y'all off, but y'all know, okay, you know how I feel about that.
I said Sunday.
Here's where this is. Imagine if we absolutely gave our kids the proper education on how beautiful lovemaking is. See, the only thing we get caught up in teaching folks how to do is fuck. We don't teach about the beauty of lovemaking and the art of touch and why it's important. Why we always make it a point to say this shouldn't happen unless you're married, but we don't always say the why. We don't talk about the why. Why it would be ideal if you're married.
Right.
Because if you're married, then that means that you are giving something special to your husband that you don't want to give to nobody else. This here is something sacred. If you see it as being a sacred entity or whatever, when you approach sex in that way, then that means you have a better mindset with choosing partners. You won't get caught up a lot of times in the whole salaciousness of it, of what sex is. If we teach the beauty of it, what if the alphabet children taught sex like that? Because we're not talking about sex. We're not talking when we are understanding our sexuality and coming out about it. The coming out process is not nothing beautiful. What it is divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. And it's a male thing because see, straight men are the same way. We're not taught, males are not taught about what it is to absolutely appreciate the body. Men are taught that, okay, hell, if your dick get hard, it goes like this. And it's not talking about, we learned that over time because you get women, perhaps now, we get into those things where it becomes older women or somebody more experienced who show you the ropes and know what you want to do is this and you want to do it like this. You get, that comes from experience. But we end up having to learn that. We're not taught that, as early on to where it's like, this is something that you want to aspire to do. And this is how you treat your mate. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine what this would be like if that was absolutely a part of the sexual education? And I'm gonna call it curriculum because it has to be. I was younger, and as a matter of fact, I got a book over here called The Sexual Herbs. Okay, the herbs and stuff to use, and how to potent get you, through nature, how to be potent and carried on, and how to be, the aphrodisiacs of nature carried on. I still have books. I remember the first book that I got was The Joys of Sex.
Yes.
It was a sex manual, okay? And it had all these different positions in it and carried on, and it was absolutely explaining some things. It talked about sex and all that we knew at the time. It talked about what it was for missionary position, what it was if you're trying to procreate, homosexuality, lesbianism. It talked about S&M and carrying on. That particular book, okay, was basically the instruction manual. I had that, and then they came out with The Joys of Gay Sex.
I got that one.
I got that one too. Because see, remember the Doubleday Book Club? Okay. That there, for those of you who don't know what Doubleday Book Club was, honey, when you get the coupons in your newspaper circular, the Doubleday, honey, used to be a book club. It was a mail order book club, honey. And you sat down there just like with Columbia House, you get the 12 cassettes for a penny. Well, you got the books, honey. You get 4 or 5 books for like $1. Okay. And if you wanted to get into the club, then you bought 1 book at regular price, and you got 2 more books. Okay. And that's how I got up my books.
I had an aha moment the other day, and you know how this gonna blow your mind. You know how people say when you're a little child and you act a little feminine, they say, "Oh, that's just a phase."
Yeah.
Before I became gay, all of that part of my life was just a phase.
Boom.
Because I've always known I was gay.
They always know.
But see, they never say that to us. They never say that you can go through a heterosexual phase or you can go to a straight phase. It's only you can go through a gay phase.
Right. Because that's what the norm is. It's like this. Look at how we look at this. Okay, let's talk about because we still being mothers. Okay, look at how we look at this particular phase here. Derek, now you are a father, a biological father. Okay, but because you are a father, if anybody were to say you gay, the first thing they say, but he got kids.
That's what they always say.
But he got kids. That don't mean shit. Okay. And we get caught up in that. And because folks cannot wrap their head around the idea of perhaps I was doing this because it was a phase trying to make everybody else happy. Okay, trying to sit down there to fit a norm that you say supposed to be life, and I'm sitting up here living a lie, and then I still get punished because when I say this is my truth, okay, this I'm living in my authentic truth. Now I'm still getting persecuted and punished because see now my truth ain't enough because now my truth is against God. What do you mean? Because if God created me, God knew this all the time. You know, God knew this all the time. You say He knew me before I was in the womb, so He knew what the fuck I was fitting to get ready to do. Right? So God can accept it. Why can't you?
See, here's the thing, and I think we really need to analyze the whole scenario in and of itself. Keep in mind, there are those parents who will venture out and have the discussion. But keep in mind, this being 2021, the discussion should be a little different than it was 30, 40 years ago.
Say that. Come on now.
When you break it down at one, you need to talk about the actual biological functions thereof.
Right.
You have to get them understanding, okay, but you should not find yourself in this space unless you feel this, and this about this person. And then we need to have a discussion about, okay, well, maybe you don't feel that way about a girl. You might feel that way about a boy. Okay, well, this set of understanding in regards to that. Or, okay, I can't explain this part, but your uncle so-and-so or your auntie so-and-so can. So I'm going to have them finish up that part of the discussion because that part I can't explain because I'm not that way, but you need to have a full understanding. So there you go.
And the parents must be present.
Yes.
During the discussion, so that it doesn't seem as though this is a woo, hush, hush, hush. You know what I mean?
Right.
If it's done out in the open, where the information is exchanged, and the child could ask questions, the parents could ask questions.
Yes.
Okay. And it's done in a way to where information is, I think that is the most beautiful thing because see now when we talk about that village, this is how we recreate the fucking village.
Exactly.
Yeah. You understand? This is what that means.
Part of the disconnect is in regards to not just only this discussion, but several others that you should probably have with your children before they become grown adults. In the end, we need to understand, okay, we didn't get taught this. And we had to figure it out over the years. I was in my 30s before I realized, okay, this is why sex is so complicated because this happens and that happens and so on and so forth. If you was given that knowledge ahead of time, you could save yourself a lot of heartache, a lot of extra babies, so on and so forth. I mean, the same with finances and some of the other things that we need to seriously sit down and talk about with our kids before 18 even hits upon them.
Exactly. Hello.
But see, you know what? And then Eric, on top of that, you know, during my time, I don't know why I got say it, but you know, during my time when you were alphabet children, you know, most of our alphabet children learned about sex through Black Inches magazine and bookstores.
Hello.
They didn't have nobody coming up to them, and then even if you had somebody come up to you, they wasn't trying to teach you about sex. They were just trying to be the first person to have sex with
you. Exactly.
And keep in mind, it'd be a lot less homophobic people if they had that full understanding.
I totally agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Let me go back to the comments. Red, I know you brewing. Hold on.
Hey, Red.
Okay. And definitely not abstinence-based sex education, such bullshit. Completely. They don't even believe in the people that teach abstinence don't believe in fucking abstinence.
Not at all.
How in the fuck? Okay. Gia say, I am a transgender mother. I have my gay godchildren. I am very stern. I treat them like my biological children. Did she say children? Okay. I would not tolerate them being mean, nasty, rude to their mother. I had one who was just nasty to his mom, called her B name, MF name, whoever name, gold digger. It just broke my heart because she was in the hospital crossing over to meet the heavenly gates. Oh my God, Walla just realized it. Jumped over the hospital bed over her and beat her butt all the way into the next millennium and into the heaven gates. You know what? I ain't with you. I ain't with you. No, it cuts off on that because you put that on Facebook. I got to read it from Facebook because it cuts off on here. Okay. Okay, what we got? Hey, Roderick, what's going on? Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Anjali
Right. Okay, Angelique. Okay, I can bring home my bacon.
Right, right up in the
Okay.
pan. Never, never let you forget you a man, cause I'm a homosexual.
Angelique, right.
Okay.
That was the shit. Gays loves moms over dads too, because here in New York, no big event is planned on Mother's Day. However, on Father's Day, the East Coast version of Folsom Street Fair is held. So respect mom, be with her, but on Father's Day, don't give a don't give a fuck about dads. Walk in our street fair with your ass out in jock straps instead. You know what? Let me tell you about that Folsom Street Fair. Well, no, I'm gonna get on that later, honey, because see, I need to go back to Miss San Francisco, honey, because darling, the stuff that go on at the Folsom Street Fair, I was shocked and surprised that they let that do that on regular streets.
Well, I
Okay.
need to go there. Okay.
Baby, the Folsom Street Fair ain't no motherfucking joke, honey. And it's not for the faint of heart. And you can't
My
go up
heart
in
ain't
there.
faint, honey. Trust me.
You can't go up in there trying to be Christian holified, honey, because, honey, everything walking out. Okay, they are nuts to the wind, honey.
I'm
and
trying to get up
in the wind on top.
I may be trying to get up. I may be trying to get aboard, but I ain't trying to be holy. Okay.
Okay, what you say, Bug?
So basically, it's like Carnival down in Buenos Aires.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody tell me
about women. So we're talking about mothers. I don't like the word foster mother or adoptive mothers. Kids are taken away from their mothers and given it to the system. And some of these adoptive parents and mothers take advantage of the situation. They start using these kids. They start beating these kids, taking advantage of these kids. Some of these adoptive mothers are just there for the money. I'm sorry, I do not agree. Everybody cannot be a motherfucking mother or father. Sometimes it's just a waste of time with so many kids. You know what? I can't fuck with that one either, because the whole idea of it is that when we talk about mothers, again, going back to what does mother mean to you? So a lot of folks get into that adoptive system or the foster care system because they see a paycheck. You know, they see a paycheck and be like, okay, we're going to take care of this, but they're going to pay me for your black ass, and then take care of the child with the bare minimum, and then they go out and cash the rest of the coin. But they're going to get the house repaired, okay, and go buy.
Be honest with you, they should doggone send them through the ruckers, get them doggone approved, do all their backgrounds, the whole 9 yards, and make them doggone do it for free for 6 months to a year.
Okay, how about that?
Before they start paying them.
Before they start paying them. So, you know what? Now, wouldn't that be sickening? And then too, here's the thing too. I think that what needs to happen is they don't give them the cash. If it's supposed to be for their rent and medical stuff, then it's a voucher, honey. The system send the money to the rental agent or the mortgage company of the house.
Yep.
You don't touch that damn money.
Yep.
Okay, you don't touch the money. You know. And hell, if they got to go get clothes, and remember back when we were, I don't know, Buck, did you remember this at Cody? They used it when you had to go to the guidance counselor or whatever, and if you was, they had the program to where they would buy you shoes and clothes and all that kind of stuff.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, that's what they need to do. If you go sit up there and say we need uniform for them to go to school and carry on, then that means they got a voucher for uniform to go straight to the school.
Right.
The school issued the goddamn uniform.
Right. So you had the voucher for your school supplies and the ones for your lunchroom food too.
Right. Right. You know, that's how they need to do that. Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
And carrying on, because see, it doesn't make sense that folks get into this thing and all you see is a damn check. You know, you don't see actually caring for the child.
Right.
You know, and then you want to sit down here and make all these damn demands and stuff. And then the same people who sit up there and say that that this, that, and other about kids are the same one that say that the alphabet children can't have children or can't adopt children. They'd be the same bitches with their mouths open. See? So then it becomes, what the fuck did you want? Okay. The princess said, went to San Francisco once during Fleet Week with my old ship almost 10 years ago, but didn't get a chance to get over there to the gay part of town. I got to see if I can make a return trip. You know what? A road
Well, let
trip,
me know.
girl.
I'll go with you, girl. We can double date.
Okay, road trip.
You're going over there to do some shopping, okay?
Yeah, we go do some
NYC
shopping.
version of Folsom is way more tamer than what I've seen in Stanford. You know what? I haven't seen the NYC version. The closest I've seen to it has been the Pride Parade, because when they let the girls come out there topless and stuff, you know, the doctors come out there topless and things in New York during Pride during the parade. So I haven't seen any of the Folsom Street like activities there in New York. So I would be curious to see that. But I got mine straight from San Francisco, honey. And honey, who?
Well,
Yes,
child, when the leather club march here for Pride, they have on their assless chaps and everything
yeah,
else.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What up, bro?
Okay. Let's see. When I lived in New York, I took the class to become a foster parent. They don't pay you. You get a stipend to take care of the children. Yeah, exactly. But see, that's the whole thing, Emmanuel. That stipend is what the children end up. That's what they consider that the payment. They sit down there was supposed to be for the kids. They take that and then they use it for themselves. They don't do nothing with them kids. You know, but I won't say everybody, because see, there are those who do well. But the system has got a bad name for it, because we have so many who come up in there and then they just start abusing these kids and they mistreat them and stuff, and all they got them for there for the check. And then you sit down there and you see the ones who in it for the money, because now they're trying to have 3, 4, and 5 foster kids, and they get a check for every last one of them.
Or you'll get the ones who already have their own kids, and they take the foster kids' money to buy their children shit with them.
Right. Okay. Okay. So we go through all that particular bullshit. But here, going into it, like I said, what does mother, coming into being a mother, when we look at it and preparing for it, for Mother's Day, preparing for just the whole idea of being able to take somebody up under your wing to nurture them. Coming from this perspective, Derek, go ahead, Ray.
No. I got something for y'all. Hold on. Give me a minute. I got something for y'all. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So coming from that perspective, let me replay this clip, because I played it once. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm gonna replay it. I knew I was going to have to replay it. Let me replay this clip.
From the house of extravaganza, Mother of the Year, keeping her children intact. Can we have Angie Extravaganza? Work class girl, walk that runway. This is from Andre Christian girl.
My birthday will come and I always get a birthday gift from Angie. Or get one from my real mother. Like when I got thrown out of my house, Angie let me stay with her until I got myself together and I got working. And she always fed me. She can be a pain in the ass at times, but I wouldn't trade her in for any other mother.
You know, you have to have something to offer in order to lead. The mother usually becomes the mother because she's usually the best one out of the group.
I'm Willie Ninja, the mother of the house of Ninja.
I'm the mother of the house of Ninja because they say I'm the best vulgar out. To be the mother of the house, you have to have the most power. Take a real family. It's the mother that's the hardest worker, and the mother gets the most respect. As far as my naming my house, the house of Ninja, ninjas hit hard, they hit fast, an invisible assassin, and that's what we are. We come out to assassinate.
The House of LaBeija is the legendary house above all of them. I have the most members. I'm the most popular. New York City is wrapped up in being LaBeija. So it speaks for itself. And I am the fiercest mother out of all of them.
Okay. So I replayed that because, when we talk about being a mother and carrying on and understanding what that is, I like that definition when Willie Ninja said it's the mother, honey, who takes the family, and has to mold it and shape it and carry it on. The mothers that was usually the hardest working out of the family. And when we're putting families together, you know, when it comes to putting a family together, okay, that there is what it has to be, because usually the mother of the house is the one who sits down there and runs the house, you know, control it, you know, get the folks, get them together, you know, you become the cheerleader and the promoter and carrying on, you know, you make them feel that they come to be their best. You give them the tools, and you scold them when they need to be scolded. You praise them when they need to be praised, so that they know that there's somebody gives a damn about them. You know, what's up, Miss Mama?
I figured there you go right there, the beginning of motherhood, right before Mother's Day.
Okay, girl, you about ready to drop that baby, honey. Oh, she ready to come on about there. Okay.
Everything that you're speaking of.
Okay. Exactly. You know, coming into this to
you gotta hear, somebody said something earlier today, and I was paying attention to this interview. And no matter what the consequence, the circumstance, or the doggone historical in values, you know what I'm saying, there's invaluable situations that they have been through. A mother could testify against you in court 30 years ago and still love you today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a difference between liquor and moonshine. You know what I'm saying? It stands in a class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A mother's love is something personal, something individual. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 people here, and we probably all probably experienced 4 different types of mother's love, even when we thought it wasn't love.
Right.
When we got to where we at right now in life, we realized that those were vessels for us to doggone be the strength that we are now.
Exactly. I was just going to go there.
Agreed.
Because that's the other part when we talk about mothers and what it means to have a mother. How many of y'all got that your work mother, the woman on the job? That's your work mother.
Everywhere I've been, I had one of those.
Okay, cause my Mama Glow down here at the job, honey, she know I don't cuss in front of her and carry it on. You know, she gets me right together. You better not do that. You know, that's Mama Glow. Okay.
Shout out to Miss Carol. We'll be back soon, baby.
So in that, does that discount a mother's love? See, and the reason why I'm making this a point is because oftentimes we get so carried away with the idea of what it means to have a mother or whatever, and we overlook those jewels that are in the community that have been a mother type figure for us, you know, who have been there to give you, and especially when they give you the bosom, honey. They give you the bosom when you can lay your head in and cry and this, that, and other. That connection. I was listening to Iyanla Vanzant on the Breakfast Club, her last interview with them. And she was talking about that. She said it's just something about that. The bosom is right over the heart. And see, you know, that there is instinctive for us to do that because we find safety and rest there, and we become one with the heartbeat. You know. So it's just interesting that when we look at those particular things, that we do not take the time to acknowledge that, you know, as a whole. You know, I know my first job here over here at the Western Atlanta Airport, that was Miss Joyce. Miss Joyce was in that kitchen. Mama Glow in the kitchen over here. Okay, Joyce is in that kitchen, and Joyce, when I say she took care of everybody, she took care of us. Every holiday or whatever, she made sure she when she did the employee meal, she set aside and made you know, a pan of dressing and macaroni and cheese and stuff for the fire department and the police department. You know, that was that's what she did. You know, to sit there, she said, tell them boys to come around here and get this. You know, and that there is what that is to have the village mother. You know. you know, we all knew who that was remember on your block. You know, the nosy neighbor was usually the village mama a lot of times. You know, was in everybody's business, her just a busybody. Okay. But she was one of the ones that was just, you know, the communal mom and carrying on, you know. Now you had your Kool-Aid house mama that everybody knew, you know, if I came over here, you know, parents knew that if my child is over there, my child was gonna be safe. Okay. Then you had the busybody to where everybody knew she was gonna get you like a mama or grandmama carrying on because she didn't let you get around no mess, you know, and everybody was safe with her because they knew if you did something, she was gonna get in that ass. Okay, so in that, when we talk about that and appreciating the mother, you know, yeah, I just want to make sure that we look at that from all different angles and things of
You
that
know,
nature.
it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, see, mom, she right. She, yeah, I know what see, mom is. Look, um, it's funny. One of the invoices that I got this morning, when I told you I've been getting those things for me to doggone be participating on people's songs.
Right.
So I don't know if this guy's feeling some type of way or whatever, but the invoice that we have now put together is that they have got the rights to M to me, you, me, and he, and they remaking the track, but they're asking me to doggone be to do 16 bars on the track. But the song is a dedication to mothers, and it's you, me, and he, meaning you, mom, me, and the Lord.
Okay.
And that's the concept that they wrote to me. No tagline. They sent it in.
Okay.
So my 16 bars got to be about that position in my life when my mother was raising me as a single mother, and we only had God to look to.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to doing that with this
Right.
particular artist because I'm flattered that he even chose me. But yeah, but I just find that's strange because even the people you don't think to think about stuff like that, or you may not know their past. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? When it comes to that, this is going to be a real deep song because me and this gentleman, first, we never knew we had this in common. We both been doing it on our own since 18 because mom left us.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying? So,
that. Amy, what you got? You say to me the most difficult thing about being a mother is breaking the bonds I have with my own raising in order to improve myself and teach my child to be a better person than myself. You know what? That there, if every parent had that in mind, we would be a much more progressive world. What we end up doing instead is we end up coddling because the mindset is I want my kids to have what I didn't have, and a lot of times that becomes a lot of material things. You know, because mama, we were poor and mama couldn't get this. My child ain't gonna be without. But oftentimes that's about material shit. But
but
we
that
don't.
also creates a sense of spoilage and doggone, should I say, doggone, a sense of
Entitlement.
entitlement.
Hmm.
Yeah,
A
and
sense
then
of entitlement.
the other
Yo,
thing is, if you was that child and you wish you could have spent more time with your parents, but they're always too busy for you. Now you as a parent, you become that satellite parent where you got to be around your child 24/7 and know every little piece and thing that they do, which is not always as helpful as it seems it would be.
Right. Okay.
now I got an artist
Okay.
right now. She just told me that I invited her for the Mother's Day. What we're doing, the thing we're doing,
Uh-huh.
and she said her mom called her and said, "Don't spend a dime on me for Mother's Day. I want time."
Okay.
And I
Right.
thought that was the dopest thing out here. It's like, don't buy me nothing, don't take me nowhere, no nothing. Just give me time.
Quality time, honey. Sit down and, let's go over the photo album, share some old stories, get into some new stories, some shit that you don't know about me. Because see, as we age, as close as I am with my mama, there's some things about me that I have not told my mother, you
Mm-hmm.
know, as a grown man, because hell, I don't tell my mom about my sex life, girl. Okay. you know, and it's not like I can't because I have established that type of relationship with my mother to where when we were kids, my mother was the mama that really stood by. You could come to me with anything. Okay. It's just that out of my pride, okay, and my respect for my mother, I couldn't go to her because I can't tell the story like I want to tell it.
Yeah.
And I don't think she would want. I don't think she would want to listen to the story the way you want to tell it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But being the fact that your mom has been there for me in the situation, I can tell that there's a way for you to do it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
She has got to be the most beautifully spirited woman that I have had that conversation with like that. When I say she bought my plane in when both engines were falling off.
Okay. Right. Okay. And see, listen, I told y'all this before, I think. My mother, you know what, TJ, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's a personal joke.
Man.
Okay.
I'm sure.
I could imagine.
I told y'all the very after coming out to my mother, okay, we didn't necessarily talk about it. You know what I mean? Now what happened? She knew I bought porn and all that kind of stuff, and she just told me that, you know, well, hell, I lived in the house. I just had to keep it up because my sisters, I'm 7 years older than my sisters. And at that time, they were still single digits, you know. So she told me to make sure that I kept it put up and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't talk to her about a man problem until I was going through it with my very first ex. And when this fool comes sending me this letter that I thought was all mine, okay, and here the bitch he fucking in the joint, honey, wrote him.
Don't remake it. Every time you tell me that story, I get mad.
Okay, so I was so distraught. I did not know what to do. I was stuck, and I had to go to my mom. I'm like, Mama, I don't know what to do with this. Okay, I don't know what to do with this. I said, this man just sent me a letter, a 23-page letter that somebody else wrote him. He sent it to me. I think I'm supposed to be okay with this, and then wanted me to send it back to him. I burned the shit out that bitch after I read it. Okay. I burned that motherfucker down, bitch. You'd have swore I was having a goddamn campfire. Bitch, I threw that motherfucker up. Here.
Yeah, okay.
But that was the first time I had to go to my mama with a man problem. Okay. And I knew that was difficult for her because it was like, I'm the firstborn. So it's like, but she knew I was hurting. And my mother wanted to make sure that she eased my hurt. You know what I'm saying? And give me something that was going to navigate me through it and carry it on. I had to call her one time because I was in a point, I just wanted to be loved. And it wasn't sex. I just wanted somebody to hold me. And I felt like at that time, I was giving and giving and giving and giving of myself. And I had a roommate at the time. All I wanted him to do was just hold me. I said, listen, I just need for you to hold me. And he said he couldn't do it, right? I didn't fault him for it. But at the same time, I was pissed as hell because I was like, I done just opened up my house to you. I give you money. I'm sitting up here nursing you back to health because you HIV positive and this, that, and the other. And I'm nursing you. And all I asked you to do was just to hold me. And you said no. And I wanted to go drink so bad. I wanted a cocktail so damn bad. And I ended up calling my mama crying. I said, Mama, don't nobody love me. Oh, God, wait a minute. Don't you dare do it, bitch. Okay. And she said, baby, what's the matter? And I said, Mama, I just want somebody to love me like I want to be loved. And I have nobody to do that. And since I said, I want to drink. And my mother sat down and told me, she said, baby, she said, you're not going to find it at the bottom of that bottle. She said, oh, wait a minute. That got me. Because my mother coming out of her alcoholism, right? And carrying on. So that was a hard talking. That was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And all the stores in Detroit were closed because the liquor stores closed at 2. Right? Now I was living in New Center area at the time, so honey, I knew where to go find a gypsy spot to go get me something, back alley shit. But I didn't feel like putting on no clothes, and I was hurt, and that was another one of those times where I had to call my mama, and my mother talked me down, and talked me into some sense because I'm child that was a moment, you know. And because of those kinds of conversations, I could go to her with anything, which is why, as a mother, with my kids can come to me with anything. I don't give a fuck what it is. Okay, I don't give a damn what it is. I don't care what time of the night. Okay, call me or come to me, and we gonna flush this out. You may not like what I have to say, but we're gonna flush this out. Okay, and we're gonna get it. So in that spirit, and see, and there's a different thing. Now, see, this is a different thing. I'm speaking on mothers today because see, it's a different thing when I got daddy hat on. Because when I deal with those who call me pops, that's a whole different beast. That there's a whole different beast. Okay, with my kids. Because those who call me pops and dad and carry it on, oh my God. Because the energy is different. When they looking for that daddy love or whatever, see, it's a whole different kind of feel. I can't go to them to coddle, you know. Oftentimes, I have to go to them, and it's all about laying it out on the line. Okay, these are the facts. ABC, 1, 2, 3, facts. Okay, now you got choices to motherfucking make, nigga. Okay, now what you gonna do? Because what you not gonna do is step in here and act like somebody's supposed to kiss your ass because see, I have to go like that when I'm in daddy mode. Okay, when I'm in mama mode or whatever, I can baby sugar and carry on, but it's still when you get there now when they piss me off, it's all over. Okay, because when I say don't piss me off, I mean it. Okay, and then we give them the information in love. Praise the Lord, in love. But child, if they get on my goddamn nerves, it's over. It is over. You understand? Wait a minute. Let me go back into the comments. Amy says, I was the work mom for a lot of people. Okay. Cupcake say, hey, y'all. Hey, love.
Miss Red.
Okay. Emmanuel said, I was in New York during the era of the ballroom and me being in the house because I wanted a lot of the children back then had to run to the ball mothers because their real mothers threw them out of the house because they were gay. So the ballroom house was their family. And they're being so young needed that motherly nurture, and they got it from their ballroom mothers. Did you not? Okay, right. Because that's what I'm talking about. That here, I didn't my house and carrying on, and we didn't do balls and carrying on. We didn't do the balls and all of that, But a lot of my kids too. My house, the House of Divinity, started as a ministry. Okay, and as a matter of fact, that's how I added divinity onto my name because as an entertainer, my tagline whenever I would introduce myself was, hi, I'm Samantha Stevens, Queen of the Witches Council and heiress to the throne of divinity. Okay, so that's where the divinity comes from. But then I had a spiritual revelation at Convocation where it was mid-year at my church, Unity Fellowship Church. We had mid-year, our mid-year celebration in Detroit. And it was during that time where it was placed upon my heart that my best friend and I we were down in Wayne State area. So that right there in Wayne State of Detroit, that's the beginning of what's known as the Cass Corridor, which is Skid Row for us. Okay. And we were living there in a 2-bedroom basement apartment. And that's how the House of Divinity was formed, because we end up having 8 other people living with us. Okay. And we took them in because a lot of them, they were on drugs, street children, most of them were gay, but they were rejects and they were thrown away. They were down in the homeless shelter and stuff. They were hustlers trying to get over, and part of what we did was we didn't shove religion or spirituality down their throat, what we did was gave them the tools to trust whatever they believed in to work. And we led by example. So there were many a nights that we had Bible study, honey, at the cocktail party. We had cocktails, bitch, we sat up there pouring here. But when spirit hit me, honey, and I had a scripture on me, I would crack that Bible open, baby, and we would have Bible study just like that. Okay. And it gave them a sense of, oh my God, I can do this. Because it was more so like, no, it's not about what you're doing, honey. It's all about making sure you understand that you are in control of this thing. God knows your heart and this, the whole thing that we teach, but I had to show them the practicality of it. Then it became my motto, you live in this house with me, goddammit. I don't have to tell you that the refrigerator is empty. I ain't got to tell you that shit. You eating just like I am, motherfucker. Get your ass up. If you hustling out there, you going to learn how to hustle right. Put some motherfucking food in this refrigerator. You know where all the free spots to get the damn boxes of food or whatever. Go get a box if you ain't got no money. Put something in this motherfucking refrigerator. I ain't got to tell you that.
Right.
That's the kind of, those kind of lessons. Okay? My daughter, Kanisha, heterosexual female, her and her boyfriend, they were living with me. Okay, we got them from up under a tree. They was out there sleeping up under the goddamn tree. Okay, we had to go. My daughter Chris, I had two Chris's. There was Christina and Crystal. That's how we separated them, right? We had to sit down there. Chris was the social butterfly. And Chris sat up there and saw them and carried on, and she had invited them down to dinner because at that time when I was cooking real big. Okay. And so she invited them to dinner and carried on, and then one thing led to another. They ended up staying the night, and then staying the night became damn near permanent, right? So that's how she came in. But then I had to teach her about her feminine hygiene. Okay, this girl sitting up here using regular tissue paper and carrying on, and didn't know what to do to take care of herself. And I was like, oh wait, girl, I'm sitting up here 3 months that went by. I said, hold up, oh bitch, wait, you gonna talk to me and tell me what this is? She said, oh, mama, I said, don't you mama me? I said, you the only bitch up in here that's bleeding, and I ain't see not nail product up in here. I ain't see nothing. Okay, how could you could go to that dollar store and get you some eyeliner and you get you some goddamn hair to put in your hair, bitch? Where's your shit to take care of you? It was that kind of conversation. Hell, she was getting all of my old drag, my walk around clothes or whatever, because she didn't have any clothes. So I was giving her some of my old drag and carrying on, or the clothes that wasn't necessarily showpieces, but could get her to where she could go get a job or whatever. I gave her my clothes. Showed her how to do her makeup properly. And those kinds of things. And then when she left the house, well, I ended up having to put her out because she didn't want to act right and carried on. I had bumped into her on the bus. Now, mind you, I'm sitting up here working security at this little school, honey. I was thinking, 10 something an hour. And when I ran to her on the bus, my baby was sitting up there. She said, "Hey, mama," and I was shocked to see her. I was like, "Baby," she said, "I'm leaving work and everything." I said, "You leaving work?" She said, "Yeah." She was working at a restaurant and she was making $13 an hour. And this was making more money than me. I said, "Now that's how you're supposed to do it. The children are always supposed to do better than the parents. That's what you do." And then I got so elated, I started crying to myself because it was such a joy to see them matriculate and do better. Then she got rid of that nigga, this fool she was dealing with. She got rid of him and got into herself. And that's and she told me, she said, "I remember all that you told me. You always told me, you don't let no man." I said, "What your mama tell you, baby?" Okay. So that's the kind of stuff when I see my kids and carrying on and they doing what they doing, that's the kind of stuff that brings me my joy. And it's like, okay, that I know I'm doing the right thing, because being a mother is a thankless job, child. It's hard. Okay, you lose sleep and carrying on. Sometimes it could drive you to drink and all that other jazz. But at the same time, the rewards, child, the rewards are priceless. The rewards are priceless. Priceless, honey. Priceless. So that there, let me take a small little commercial break. I'll be right back. I got to get something to drink too. Oh, yes, Lord, child. Yes, Lord.
Have you tried Big Rob popcorn? It's a wonderful anytime snack that everyone will love. Available in 3 flavors. Grown and sexy, which is the perfect mix of cheddar, cheese, and caramel. Sugar Shack, a fruitful flavored mix of watermelon and apple. So delicious and good. How about spicy butter and white cheddar? Everyone loves it. That's why it's called good. All Big Rob snacks are manufactured in an FDA approved facility and flash sealed for freshness, safety, and worldwide delivery. To order, call or text 937-367-8650. That's 937-367-8650. Or contact Big Rob via Instagram at Hey Big Rob. As the holidays approach, take advantage of the holiday special. Purchase more than 2 bags and receive a free CD. Call or text 937-367-8650 to place your order now. Big Rob popcorn, the perfect snack that you will love. It's so delicious.
Be bold, be unique, be the tea with a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is.
All right, and we are back. We are back, darling. We got a few more minutes left.
Hey, I like your t-shirt, bro. That's nice.
Thank you, darling. I'm really great to get into that, honey. Do y'all like the wear, darling? Do you like it? This is new merch, honey, from the Hot Tea Collection. These are t-shirts. Y'all see that, honey? Hot tea symbols. Okay, t-shirt. This is the female one. We gonna have a male one too. We just got to find the right logo.
I'm working on it. It just ain't looking right.
We got to find the right ones, honey. You know, it got to be right, child. It got to be right.
But I'm proud to see my design popping.
Okay. Y'all like that? That's sickening, honey. This bitch is sickening. Okay. But yeah, we gonna have all this up soon. For y'all to order and carry on. So be on the lookout. I told y'all we got some exciting things coming down the way. So now in our last few minutes, because like I told y'all, we came on an hour early today because the premiere of Pose, the final season, starts at 10 o'clock Eastern time on FX tonight. And honey, we finna get right together, child. And I didn't want to wait because I'm recording it anyway, but I need to catch this first episode with everybody because we've been waiting so long for this to come back on. Okay. However, let me have a little bit of fun with y'all. How many of y'all remember this candy bar here, the whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. We got peanut butter.
Do y'all remember its companion, the thingamajig?
Yeah.
Well, darling, the thingamajig is no more. It was on a limited edition. Well, so for those of y'all who don't know, hold on. Let me share the screen. Okay, I'm going to share the screen, honey, because I can't find it nowhere. Okay. But the thingamajig, honey, y'all still say currently unavailable? Bastards. Wait a minute. I'm doing too much. Okay. The thingamajig. Oh, don't y'all just love it? Now, you see that? It was Cocoa Krispies and peanut butter and things of that nature.
Peanut butter. Wow.
Yes, honey.
You remember the one without the peanut butter was Choco Light.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Because now what they have done is this. This one here is called a Whoozy What's It.
Okay.
The Blue Smurf.
This is a Whoozy What's It. And a Whoozy What's It is just like the whatchamacallit, except for everything is chocolate with the peanut butter and it doesn't have the caramel. The thingamajig was all chocolate and it had the caramel instead of and it had the peanut butter and the caramel. This one is just all chocolate and peanut butter. Okay, it's all chocolate Krispies, the chocolate ice coating, and then it has peanut butter in the inside. Y'all know this. This is the chocolate with the Rice Krispies and the caramel and the peanut butter. No. Yeah, peanut. It's peanut flavor. So peanut flavor and caramel. That's the original whatchamacallit. But yeah, the thingamajig, you can't find the thingamajig no more because I thought I was pretty great to order some, but they said currently unavailable. And I was gonna be mad, but damn it, we got the damn Whoozy What's It, honey. Whoozy What's It?
Who the hell makes that?
Nestle. Is that right?
Hershey, right?
Well, it might be Hershey. Yeah, the Hershey company. Uh-huh.
Who's the what's it? Lord have mercy.
Whoozy What's It, honey? And the thing about I need to get that. Now y'all need to put the thingamajig back out there, honey, because that was the tea. Okay. That was.
You know what? You know what's missing? All of us will remember this. When the truck come down the street, everybody go running after the good humor truck.
Right.
Now you go in the stores. They done put them in the grocery stores, all the good humor ice cream. But there is one that never returned. And it was called the Toasted Almond Bar.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Toasted almond didn't come.
And never returned.
You're right.
You had the strawberry shortcake. You had the chocolate eclair.
Chocolate eclair.
Right. You mean like all them motherfuckers.
And the toasted almond was in that same category, but it was the same. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Toasted almond was nostalgic to my dog childhood because every time the dog on good humor come, you can hit my uncle. You might already start jogging because he gonna throw the money.
Okay.
Well, of course, there was that summer that Mama dated the good humor man, so you know we got to try them all. Toasted almond was definitely one of my favorites.
Well, toasted almond, I did get into it because it had the coconut.
Red.
Don't do it.
Miss Red.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Miss Red, don't you do it.
Okay. Do not do it.
I can only imagine what's going through your man.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm waiting. I'm here for it. I said what the fuck I said. Bring it on, Red. Ain't nobody scared of them.
Lord.
I just want to know exactly how many chocolate covered bananas and push-ups did y'all get.
And you know what? And I'm gonna answer that for you. You know, I really didn't particularly at the time. I really didn't care for the chocolate banana because it was a little bit too big for my mouth at the time. But now,
but you know what? Now, see, since you went there, do you know that was one of the reasons why I did not buy the bomb pops and carrying on? Because it's not that it was too big for my mouth. It's just that because when I was doing it, it looked like I was sucking a dick, and I was already getting teased. So I would never. And if I did, then
we used the bomb pops. We used the bomb pops for the head challenge in the nightclubs.
Yeah. Hello.
Wow.
Hello. That's what they were for.
I used to get more. I think. My ice cream that did that for me was soft ice cream that did that for me, and then
you got teased like that. Now see now here's something that I tell folks.
Was you one of them ones that turn it while you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And would not drop a bit. Nothing would run down the face, bitch. For what? Who? Right church, wrong pew. Not here, honey.
Right. You had to turn it.
Well, let me put it to you this way, Red. The good humor man, he did have his own vehicle along with the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck was the one always parked in front of the house. So if you had to stop work to come do what you need to do, and the freezer was full of ice cream, I'm gonna
Well,
leave it.
well, say la vie. Okay, say la vie. But no, but but see,
It's a
this
cold,
is one
cold
thing
world.
that I teach. I tell this to females all the time. Okay, I tell it to females all the
Hey,
time.
Coach.
What up,
And
Coach?
that there is, hey, what's up? I tell this to females all the time. If you want to practice your skills, they're called charms blow
Talk
pops.
to Red.
He said, talk to Red. It's called charms blow pops or Tootsie Roll pop. Because they always say how many licks does it take to get to the center, right? So
it depends on if you were a mini man or
See,
not.
now I'm finna test your age card.
Mr.
I'm finna
Hayes,
test your age card.
Mr. Hayes, I do not approve this message.
You ready to test your age card?
what?
What?
I'm finna test your age card. You talking about the Charms Blow Pop. Let's go to the Astro Pop, the long one with the different rainbow colors.
Yes. Oh,
well, I used to teach the children either with a pickle or a cucumber because I told them that if you leave teeth print in this,
that's right.
You're not doing a good job.
You're not doing it right. Exactly.
Somebody's gonna knock the hell out you, Joe. So if you keep on sliding,
right.
you got your teeth. You're not doing a good job, honey.
Oh, that's real perfect because the pickles is that skin is very sensitive.
So
like
Detroit, hey, let me ask you, in Detroit, did they do the big sour pickle with the peppermint stick stuck down the middle?
Yeah, but we did, but we knew you were country if you did that shit.
Yeah.
Up here we did the peppermint stick stuck in a half of a lemon.
But don't forget the liquor sticks.
Yeah, no, we were fabulous for liquor sticks, honey. Okay. We did swizzles and carried on and this, that, and the other. And see, I was always like, I like the black licorice and the black jelly beans and carried on. They just knew I was crazy.
Yeah, you was crazy then. I knew if you did all mine, I'd gave you all that shit.
Oh, child, and the good and plenty. Oh, child, you better understand. Good and plenty.
I used to like the big jumbo freeze pops when you catch the girl like this, she.
Right. Aha!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I used to be sitting there like this, like.
Okay, but even with the bomb pops or whatever, because the bomb pops were so rigid, they were sensitive like that. So if you took it, you know, and it would go in and come out without scraping it. Because if you scraped it, bitch, you ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it right.
Bomb pop contest that we do, you can't bite it. You can't do it. You have to suck. You have until it's gone.
Until it's gone, right.
And the person who come out with the stick where they have no biting.
Right.
You come out with an empty stick after sucking that thing, you win.
Right. Okay.
Win the next contest. I'm here.
All right.
I'll fly to Atlanta for that, goddammit. I'm here for it, honey.
Look at that last comment.
Oh, come on now. What you say?
That's what's up.
A lot of good things that Allah has blessed me with. I get my license back at the end of this month and they expunge my felony. And I'm coaching high school football as well. Allah is good and real. Now, you know what?
Yeah.
Now, we going to sit down here and that's the note that we going to end that on, child.
Because I know what
I can't follow that.
Coach V, I am so proud of what you have accomplished, brother. You keep doing what you're doing, man. Good job.
That right there is everything.
Absolutely.
Well,
that is everything.
That means tonight on Dish and T, we had a won't he do it moment.
I know that's right. Won't he do it? Won't he will?
Okay.
Won't he will?
Okay. Where's my history? Wait a minute, because I went to a website earlier today, and I want y'all to breakfast with our boys. That's it. I want y'all to get into this. I just found out about these children today, and what it is they're out of New Jersey, but they're about to start going national. They're looking to come down here to Atlanta to do a thing. And what this is a mentorship program where this young man he wants to have breakfast with young black men between the ages. I think he said, oh excuse me, it was at 9 to 15, I think. in that particular age range. And they're looking to sit down to have guest speakers come in and over breakfast have the conversation with them about what it is to grow up, and what it is to be a man and stuff within our culture and this, that, and other. Now, when I talked to him today, we just had a brief introduction of this, and I went to this is the mission statement. The mission of Breakfast with Our Boys series is to provide male youth with guidance and support to become productive and caring, responsible citizens in their community. Okay. So 10 to 15, that's it. Okay. Breakfast with Our Boys is a monthly interactive conversation with boys 10 to 15 years of age over breakfast. The conversations are designed to empower our youth to excel in school, dream bigger, discover their passion, and lead healthy lives. Okay. breakfastwob.org is where this is. Okay. To find out more information, and we're gonna, that there is something I want you guys to get into. Breakfast. I'm gonna put this up in here. Breakfast. WOB.
I want to that good note that Coach did. I was telling E about it. Up here we have what you call the squeegee boys, and they have been getting such a bad rap. But I'm gonna share with you guys some more. This one squeegee boy I ran into, he actually, and it blew my mind. He actually had a business card.
Wow.
And it had his Cash App, and I told Eric, one thing I'm gonna do for the young boy, if I can find friends that all y'all just give $1. I know everybody can't afford $50, but if enough people, just to see somebody doing something positive, and that's in our community, that's such a negative thing because the little boys always getting in fights with the people in cars, but to see somebody to take it that far, and he has his little Cash App account, I was just so proud of him.
Right, and that's the kind of stuff that we need. We need this kind of encouragement, especially for our young boys,
right?
Our young men, because y'all know here on the program we always talk about, it's a pet peeve of mine because I get tired of hearing, the image of the black man is being tarnished and blah blah blah, and they keep wanting to put that on the alphabet children, but we're not taking our own accountability to do what we need to do to reclaim our narrative. You know what I'm saying? We have to do what we need to do to reclaim that, because y'all hear me say this all the time. There is nothing pleasurable or inventive or exciting about the image of the black man who is sitting up here with 32 kids and 16 baby mamas.
Come on.
There's nothing about that image that says empowerment. There's nothing about that says that the family structure is not violated. How in the fuck do you have family when you got 16 different bitches up in here and don't nobody know who's who?
First and foremost, until you aid and assist and take on the response, and I like to say, you got to take on responsibility for the things that we go through as black men, as a whole.
Say it.
It don't matter if you're gay, straight, bi, fucking lost in the alphabet. It don't matter. It don't matter because
what a beautiful title, Lost in the Alphabet.
But I'm just saying, it's the title. That's a stage play. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, yes.
But you get what I'm saying? It's like you can't sit up here and say, blame you all for those situations when they won't even let you in the meeting about black empowerment as men. Because they don't want to count you in that, but they want to count against you.
Right.
How you going to count against me when you don't even count me when it's time to stand up for something to represent black men? Because motherfucker, gay or straight, I am a black man.
Exactly. Okay. We're not going to do that. Yeah. TC, thanks for the hair flip, sister. But we came on an hour early because we're about to wrap up now, because the final season of Pose is about to get started, and I want to be here for the premiere episode of this particular season. Next week I'll be taping and carrying on and all that kind of stuff, and I watch it on the replay. But tonight, because we've been waiting so long, I want to catch it in real time with everybody else. Okay.
And then plus he gotta prepare himself for what's gonna be
I was
happening
just
on tomorrow.
I was going to say that too because in fact I've been playing it here today. For those of y'all, tomorrow 9 p.m. with Hey Bitches with Helena, Miss Samantha Stevens Divinity will be making an appearance over there.
Ah.
Okay, and will be on
Samantha's coming. Samantha's coming.
Oh. Yeah. That's why I'm starting now with the young football players. I started the Georgia Phoenix Next Level Football in Georgia in 2007 when I moved there. So I've started here. I have one young man now, but it's going to get bigger soon. Do your thing, V. We got you. We got you. Okay, so on that particular note, my darlings, we're gonna let this thing go by because I got to get ready. And then we got to go do the big shave and carry it on because, Lord, and things of that nature. So, on that particular note, I wish please like, subscribe, share on whichever platform that you're on, and then share it on your other platforms. We're looking to get our numbers to go up and rise and carry on so that we could do bigger and bring better content to you. Like I said, we got a lot of things in the works coming down the line. This is just May. Well, you know, we're halfway into the second quarter of the year, so we're trying to get this thing together. Okay, so finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech and the big guy I like over there. That's Big Red. In the absence of Aunt Nikki, who wasn't live here, it's been a bad weekend for her, honey. Y'all keep her up in your presence, your pleasant thoughts and prayers, okay, and things of that nature. But in her place, honey, we have our affiliates, honey, over there from the Nighthawk Network. We got the CEO and COO, honey, of the Buck, honey, Eric Buck over there.
Quick message, y'all.
And also your boy Derek with the whole Lano twist up there, honey. Okay. Darling, right, okay. If you love all of us, tell all of your friends, honey. But if you hate us, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But do know this. Everything that we're doing over here, honey, any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, honey, will move forward. Okay? Now we're gonna all check out our lineup, honey, throughout the week. Because we got Nighthawk Network stuff and carrying on throughout the week. We'll be back here with y'all on Friday and all of that. So, darlings, wait. Okay, I don't have my thing ready because you're not.
Season finale, Get Off My Lawn Live Tuesday. You definitely want to tune in for this.
All right, now, come on. All right. So, y'all heard it right here first, honey. So, on that note, honey, okay, are you testing your blow pop over there, honey?
Yeah.
Scene.